Live from our Lewiston studios, this is KLEW News, live at 6.
She's a mother of two and the glue that holds her family together, especially in their time of need.
Mainly it's just been, just trying to become human, buying a couple outfits of clothes.
How this family is picking up the pieces after fire burned through their home. Also,
is AI out of control? I'm Atrell Nashar with the warning from tech experts about the dangers of this technology advancing too much, too quickly.
We'll have more details about the indictment of former President Trump, but first, continuing coverage tonight of how a local family is working to pick up the pieces after a fire destroys their home, lives as they knew it early Monday morning. Crystal Gay and her family escaped with only the clothes on their backs. And she spoke with KLEW News reporter Chris Mitchell on how they're doing. He's here in studio with the story. Chris?
Keith, something Crystal tells me has been important to her and her family moving forward from this, being strong enough to accept help from others. The charred remnants of the house frame still standing, wrapped by caution tape. This was Crystal Gay and her children's home.
Sometime before 4 o'clock in the morning, I woke up to my dog Luna here biting me.
It was the bites at her shoulder that ultimately saved Gay and her children from being trapped in a house fire.
We literally lost everything except for our lives.
With the fire happening only a few days ago, the pain is still raw, with Crystal saying she experienced flashbacks and nightmares the first night after the fire. She says she's feeling better as more time passes, but is more concerned with her children, which is part of the reason she's trying so hard to be strong and stay positive.
That's always been my goal, is to make sure that my kids always, felt at me as a strong point.
This left Crystal feeling that there must have been something else she could have done that would have led to a different outcome. But they did have a camera on the interior of the home.
You wonder, is there anything I could do? And you feel bad for your pets. Could I have saved them? Could I have grabbed my kids' coats?
Despite being cautious about watching it, it was a positive for her.
Without a doubt, undeniably, no, I could not have saved anything. Just my children and the dog that followed with us.
Gay says that folks in her community and beyond have aided her and her family during this hard time.
The community's been very kind and generous, and we've had a great outpouring from the community.
It is difficult to ask for and/or accept help. This is something she acknowledged.
It's very hard to take that much and not feel like you're, in a way, I guess, being greedy.
But she's realizing it's a strength, as this is her advice to anyone else facing tragedy in their life.
Being strong enough to accept the support.
A GoFundMe account for Crystal's family was established as soon as this disaster happened. Overnight, it's gone up by more than $2,000 and has now surpassed their original $10,000 goal and have set a new one of $20,000. As of news time, your generosity has helped to raise $10,100 for Crystal and her children to get back on their feet. For now, they're trying to get back to basics, replacing things like driver's licenses, social security cards, and keys. That will be another big step in resuming a sense of normalcy. Reporting in studio, Chris Mitchell, KLEW News.
KLEW Storm Tracker weather starts now.
Chris, thank you very much. The National Weather Service has been issuing some watches and warnings and advisories out there. You see in the pink the winter storm warning. Higher elevations could get some significant snow in right through the weekend. So if you're going to do any driving Saturday night and into Sunday, make sure you know what's going on before you head out on the highways and byways out there. Well, let's jump ahead and show you that the expected snowfall, this is the maximum from Friday 11 a.m. until Sunday at 5 p.m. Far right, Lookout Pass is looking at 17.4 inches, and Stevens Pass on the far left is 17.9. But let's jump in and show you that there's about a 90% chance of what you're going to see is more accurate 11 inches at Lookout Pass and 11 inches at Stevens Pass. But Highway 12 going into Montana, you could be getting anywhere from 6 to 11 inches on the roadway, so please be careful out there. You can see it's going to be hit and miss with rain showers and snow showers too, and we have another weather system that's going to be coming in starting up on Friday night, so just be careful. We're going to talk about your forecast coming up in a few minutes. Stay with us. Now to the news of former President Donald Trump indicted on criminal charges in connection with allegedly paying hush money to silence claims of an extramarital sexual encounter. The exact charge or charges against Trump is unknown because grand jury indictments are typically filed under seal in New York. The Manhattan District Attorney has been focusing on a felony charge of falsifying business records, which carries a maximum prison sentence of 4 years. His arraignment is expected for next week, but again, we do not know what the charges are. CBS legal contributor Jessica Levinson has some context to the situation.
So the grand jury isn't just thinking, you know what, I think it's more likely than not that these crimes occurred. The grand jury is saying, yes, go ahead, go into a courtroom, and we think you, prosecutor, can show that very high bar, that you can clear that threshold of proof beyond a reasonable doubt.
And the Office of Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg will negotiate with the Trump team on the conditions for the former president's surrender to authorities. Trump will be fingerprinted and his Secret Service detail will be with him. There will be new property tax relief in Idaho. The Idaho legislature passed the property tax relief bill last night, with both the House and Senate overriding Governor Brad Little's veto. Tonight, Governor Little is applauding lawmakers for what he's calling a more simple approach to property tax relief. The legislature passed $117 million in property tax relief for Idaho citizens and businesses. Lawmakers also fixed concerns that the governor had with House Bill 292 regarding transportation bonding and public defense funding. They addressed those issues with a trailer bill that both the Senate and the House passed. Small business owners and influencers on TikTok say they're ready to pivot if need be. Here's a look at the platforms that could benefit and how TikTok creators are responding.
Creators, businesses, and influencers are finding themselves in limbo as Congress considers a ban on TikTok if its Chinese owners don't sell their stake in the app.
I have to continue to grow the business. And right now, TikTok is the platform that's been amazing. And I love TikTok.
Ella Livingston is one of more than 150 million monthly U.S. users on TikTok, using the platform to grow her chocolate business called Coco Asante.
We always know that a platform can be gone just like that. And so we are always prepared to pivot. And if it's not TikTok, it's going to be another platform.
And she's not the only one ready to move. Influencers who use TikTok as a primary way of generating revenue are already speculating about where they'll go next.
Here's a few right here: Clapper, Huddles, and Likey, to name a few.
So who stands to benefit from a possible ban? Experts say American tech companies with features similar to TikTok. Meta's Facebook and Instagram allow users to create 15-second video clips called Reels. YouTube has a feature called Shorts. Snapchat's Spotlight highlights entertaining videos.
We'll be able to see
and even Spotify has a TikTok-like video feed with recommended music and other content. TikTok's parent company ByteDance is based in Beijing, and the push to ban the app is driven by concerns about national security.
There's an immediate threat via TikTok from the Chinese Communist Party.
Earlier this month, the CEO of TikTok said the Chinese government had never asked for U.S. user data, and even if they did, the company wouldn't provide it. I'm Shelley Malashi.
And this week, Elon Musk and hundreds of other leaders in tech signing an open letter about what they say are profound risks posed by rapid developments in artificial intelligence. The experts warning risks are close to outweighing the rewards. National correspondent Atra El-Nashar reports.
What was once the stuff of science fiction, advancements in artificial intelligence posing a risk to society and humanity, is now a real concern. So real that hundreds of tech leaders like Elon Musk and Steve Wozniak have signed an open letter calling for a 6-month pause for AI labs training any system more powerful than the chatbot GPT-4.
GPT-4 takes what you prompt it with and just
runs with it.
They're not perfect, they make mistakes, and so you really need to make sure that you know the work is being done to your level of expectation.
And they have. It and other AI-generated content have made errors and sometimes flat-out fabrications like this viral fake image of the Pope.
In fact, that last sentence you just heard wasn't actually my voice. It was AI-generated audio from a program that only cost us a couple of bucks to use, showing you just how accessible this kind of technology is. Here it is again.
Easy accessibility is a concern if it's used against someone. 2024 could be the first presidential election with this risk on full display. The FTC warns a person's voice could be used to scam their family. Another danger, computer scientists warn, is what we don't yet understand as algorithms create more algorithms.
When we don't know how an algorithm works or why it works, we also don't know how it fails.
A question of what can it do and what should it do? The tech expert letter says, should we develop non-human minds that might eventually outnumber, outsmart, obsolete, and replace us? Goldman Sachs predicts 300 million full-time jobs across the globe could be affected, mostly hitting advanced economies and white-collar workers. No doubt AI can be a tool for good. Late last year, the White House released a blueprint for an AI Bill of Rights in line with the calls from tech leaders for privacy, safety, and transparency. The question is, will developers listen or keep charging ahead? In Washington, I'm Atrel Nashar reporting.
Traditional American values taking a nosedive, according to a new poll. I'm Kayla Gaskins in Washington with that story straight ahead.
From our Lewiston studios, this is KLEW News.
Traditional American values nosediving. A Wall Street Journal NORC poll shows Americans place much less importance on things like having children, community involvement, religion, and hard work than they did even 4 years ago. Towson Professor Emeritus Richard Vatt says he sees a change on campus.
People are generally becoming pessimistic. I can feel it all around me.
The values of young Americans looking much different than their parents and grandparents. Just 23% of those 18 to 29 years old value patriotism. The stat jumps to 59% when talking to those over 65.
Get back to, everybody appreciating the American idea. This is a very unique place in the history of the world where no matter who you are, you have the quality of opportunity. You can pursue happiness. You can pursue your dreams.
Stark differences in priorities also appearing along party lines. 53% of Republicans say religion is very important to them, compared with just 27% of Democrats. The poll also shows Americans growing much less tolerant. 4 years ago, when the same questions were asked, 80% of Americans considered tolerance to be very important. Now, that number plummets to 58%. The only priority increasing in importance for Americans? Money. Professor Vatt says these changes in values start at the top.
It's very hard to find a leader today who wins over a large portion of the population. There's poor leadership everywhere, and particularly in the presidency.
Republican Senator Josh Hawley responding to the new data on Twitter, claiming, quote, "This is the greatest challenge our nation faces, the loss of our common culture and principles and beliefs that bind us together."
A political scientist involved in the poll says Americans are, quote, down on everything about the country, perhaps because of the struggling economy. In Washington, I'm Kayla Gaskins.
Current temperature at the Lewiston-Nez County Airport, 54 degrees. Winds are light. Let's talk Friday, the weekend, and next week we'll have details. Stay with us.
KLEW Storm Tracker weather starts now.
Well, welcome back, everyone. Let me give you some numbers around the region there. Pullman, Moscow, Dayton coming in at 48 degrees, 50 in Walla Walla. Low 50s Orfino, mid 40s there in Kamiakuski, just under 40 in Grangeville. We're the warm area, 54 degrees. How about our high today? Came in at 56, just under our average of 58. We started off at 41, and you can see that's just a few degrees off of that. Nowhere near a record high there. Look at 80 degrees in 1923. Precip-wise, well, we haven't received enough to really overtake the amount of rain that we've needed. So it's going to come out to about a little over 1/3 of an inch behind for the month. But who knows? We could see a little bit more rain that just downpours on us. You never know. This is through tonight. Scattered rain showers around the region. Higher elevations could see even a little bit of snow taking place. That's going to go through the early morning hours. There's Friday morning, Friday afternoon, Friday night, and then things start happening Friday night as we see rain showers and snow coming into Saturday morning. And that's why there has been some warnings issued around the area. So again, if you're traveling over the mountain passes or the highways, take a look at those highways before you head out, okay? Camas Prairie, Clearwater Valley region, 40% chance of rain, snow mix tonight and tomorrow. Grangeville, that's for you. Tonight, mostly cloudy for Winchester. Wind gusts for the region, 24 miles per hour tonight and tomorrow. Could see that rain snow mix for Winchester tomorrow too. Northeast Oregon, we're talking mostly cloudy skies. Slight chance of rain and or snow tonight and tomorrow. Highs 40 to 42 for Joseph and Enterprise. LC Valley, slight chance of rain around the region tonight. Possibly a little snow in Anatone. Wind gusts for Anatone and Pomeroy. The Alpawa Sun, 25 to 35 miles per hour. We're going to see about 53. Cloudy skies tonight and tomorrow. Slight chance of showers for the Palouse. Wind gusts will be around 25 miles per hour. Spokane to Coeur d'Alene, decreasing clouds and breezy, but it looks like warm area is going to be Spokane, but some off and on rain showers around Coeur d'Alene and Cheney. And then for the Panhandle, not just rain, a rain-snow mix for Sandpoint. Cloudy tonight, cloudy tomorrow, maybe a little rain around Post Falls with a high of 46. 3 and 7 day forecast. So we're looking at rain showers Friday night, Saturday. Sunday's a possibility, cloudy on Monday at this point, but take a look. We got sunshine coming up as temperatures are going to get closer to normal, hopefully next week. 57, average is around 58 at this point. Pullman and Moscow, rain snow mixes for the weekend as your temperatures drop, and then hopefully next week they'll rebound and we'll start seeing some sunshine coming out Wednesday and Thursday. And then for the Camas Prairie, Winchester to Grangeville, looking at rain snow mix Friday. And then you've got yourself there some snow showers Saturday, Sunday, Monday, possibly Tuesday too, 40 to 44. But again, this right here, not big snow at this moment is what our computers are telling us. Hey, stick around. Sports Director Gianna Cephalou standing by in the Happy Day Sports Desk.
Live from our Lewiston studios, the Happy Day Sports Desk starts now.
After a 4-game road swing, the Wazoo baseball team returned back to Bailey Brayton Field for a midweek matchup against the Linfield Wildcats. Now, the key storyline in this one was the long ball. The bats came alive as the Cougs hit 4 home runs, and Elijah Hainline was one of them as he launches it deep into left field. Then it's Kyle Russell's turn. He drills this one into right center field to give Wazoo a quick 3-0 lead. Now on the mound, the Cougs, they're holding their own as well as McCabe Cottrell strikes him out looking on the inside corner and strands a couple runners. The Cougs beat Linfield 9-1. They get back on track, snapping a 6-game losing skid. They'll hope to carry some of that momentum into this weekend while they'll host the UCLA Bruins. And as baseball season is in full swing, so is spring football camp. The Idaho Vandals now in day 2 of camp. On Tuesday, I mentioned who the Vandals returned on offense. Quarterback Giovanni McCoy, along with some key wide receivers. But on the defensive side of the ball, they have some bigger shoes to fill, as Leo Tamba, Julio Falanico, and Favai, they all graduated. However, they return all Big Sky Paul Mawala while also adding a new defensive newcomers to the roster. And some players in particular caught head coach Jason X's eye early on.
Take a Mathias Bertram had a really nice day. You know, he's as the season went on last year, he transitioned to playing more of our nickel spot, which is kind of a hybrid defensive back, outside backer. He did a great job, sunk under coverage, and had a nice interception against the one offense early in practice, and we really put a value on getting turnovers. I thought Malachi Williams and Kamari Bailey at defensive end both had really nice days, and hopefully they can make that jump to being in that all-conference consideration.
And as for the LC State Warriors, both Horgan Viken and Alexandra Smith were voted NAIA Golfers of the Week. The national honors comes after Viken had back-to-back wins in the LCSC Spring Invitational and the UPS Spring Invitational, while Schmidt won the LCSC Spring Invite and came in second in the UPS Invitational. Keith, that's all from the Happy Day Sports Desk. Back to you.
Well, thank you very much, Gianna. Here is our weather shot from Ann Wallace. It's right there in Modi Park. The apricot trees are in bloom. If you get a chance looking for a place to walk, take a look at the Modi Park area. That is just gorgeous. Appreciate it. Big fish, Josh Butters and Jack Apperson caught a few Chinook on the Columbia River. Big fish, send it to me. Got to see it. Keith H. at KLEW-TV.com. And Friday spring break forecast. It looks cloudy, maybe a few sun breaks. Keep our fingers crossed. Thanks for watching KLEW News. We'll see you again soon.